First of all, listen, it's interesting about all these young guys today. They never call on us and say, hey, thanks for the kind word and telling me how great a player I am. But when they play like crap and we call them out, we don't know what we're talking about. Listen, I'm easy to find, but I get sick of these guys complaining. These young guys, they never call us and say, when a coach is wrong, I'm going to call him out. But when players are wrong, I'm going to call them out. But listen, I'm going to criticize guys that they deserve it. And listen, they can kiss my ass if they don't like it.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video presentation. Happy Taco Tuesday. Hope everyone's off to a great week so far. Hope everybody is staying safe. Welcome to season 4 of the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I thought it was a great time to start season 4. The NBA is back, ladies and gentlemen. It is back tonight. Before we get into the video, there's a couple things I need to say up front. This is just the intro to the main episode, which will most likely go live tonight. In that episode, I'm going to talk about a few things. Obviously, I got to talk about the Washington football team. We recap the Washington football team versus the Chiefs, Baltimore versus the Los Angeles Chargers, the Pittsburgh Steelers versus, Seattle Seahawks. And then last night, the Buffalo Bills, versus the Tennessee Titans. I'll recap those games. I'm also going to talk about some things that are going around the NBA, particularly with the Washington Wizards, and we'll kind of give some things what I've heard about the Washington Wizards so far. Thinking on the NBA, Ben Simmons was sent home today. He's suspended for 1 game due to detrimental conduct to the team. He's been fined. And I'll talk more about that in a later episode tonight. I'm going to recap some also to the baseball games. It was a great one-sided game last night with the Boston Red Sox. The Atlanta Braves are up 2-0 against the Dodgers. I will have Nick Rosario. I'm going to reach out to him, and hopefully I'm going to get him on the podcast so we break down the World Series. Because the way these games are going, it looks like it's going to be the Boston Red Sox versus the Atlanta Braves. Guaranteed. Okay, and then also in tonight's episode, I'm going to revisit the WNBA Finals. A couple of things I wanted to talk about, particularly with the Phoenix Mercury. They had their exit interviews yesterday. I was glad I had the opportunity to join Christina Williams, founder of Girl Talk Sports Talk, in the Spotify Green Room, where we got to listen to their exit interview. And there were some things I wanted to take away from it. And also kind of just recap, and then also to probably at a later episode with each 12 team, what do they have to focus on going into the off season. So be on the lookout for that. So that's going to be season 4, episode 1 of the podcast. I'm also trying to mix it up a little bit. I reached out to a certain person. I'm not going to see who they are, but I want to talk something else besides sports. So I'm hoping they reach out to me soon. So hopefully, and also I got a couple ideas that's not sports related to talk on the podcast. I want to try to mix it up. But again, real quick, if you're enjoying the content that you're seeing, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Also hit that thumbs up. We're 2 subscribers away from 100. Again, I just thank each and every one of you for the support you've given me and this channel. The idea to start this podcast, this is just something I love to do. I love to talk sports. I love to just give my opinion, and hopefully we all have a conversation. But with that being said, let's get into it. The NBA is back tonight, as I said. We have the Brooklyn Nets versus the Milwaukee Bucks, and then the Golden State Warriors versus the Los Angeles Lakers. So I'm going to start with the preview of the Bucks versus the Nets. A couple things. What I'm going to take away from this. So this is obviously a rematch of the Eastern Conference semifinals of last year. We all know Kevin Durant and James Harden and the Brooklyn Nets are going to look for some payback. We all know that Giannis won't shy away from it. So I do expect a fierce I do expect a good basketball game between these two. I try to keep up with the preseason, ladies and gentlemen, but again, when you're watching, football and then the WNBA playoffs and then baseball playoffs, it's not as easy to keep up with certain stuff. So I tried to keep up with as much games as I could. The Nets did have a decent preseason. They did win 3 or 4. Everybody, with the except of Kyrie, played significant minutes. I'm looking at the fact that, again, Kyrie won't be there. And again, we can all have our opinions, what we feel about him not being there. It's his choice. We have to respect it. I still think without Kyrie, the Brooklyn Nets, they have James Harden and Kevin Durant. I think they can win a championship without Kyrie, in my personal opinion. But I'm not going to ignore the fact that they have, they still got Blake Griffin, Bruce Brown, LaMarcus Aldridge, who just came out of retirement. So LaMarcus Aldridge, who retired because he had something to do with the heart, and then got the clear to play. So glad to see him back on the floor. Obviously, the key players in this is going to be Giannis and Kevin Durant. In my personal opinion, I have Kevin Durant as my MVP for this season. I just think from last year, the way he performed, I just think Kevin Durant is going to be MVP.
Guaranteed.
The Milwaukee Bucks, they still have arguably the best team. Giannis, Middleton, Drew Holiday. Even though PJ Tucker left and Brian Forbes left, they got Rodney Hood, Grayson Allen, good pickups, and George Hill. So I like those additions. I like especially with Rodney Hood, he can shoot. George Hill is a defender, and Grayson Allen is he is a kind of a two-way player. But I like Grayson Allen for his defense. He can play some good defense for sure. Again, like I said, the preseason I saw some good things, but again, it's how far Giannis will take this team. So, I think for the Milwaukee Bucks tonight, they got to be aggressive. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to play that. Milwaukee Bucks have to be aggressive to win this game. They have to get off early. I'm hoping that this year I see a better Bucks team from the playoffs, particularly from they got to have a closer. I think Chris Middleton has proven he can be a closer. Andrew Holiday, but they need some killers. If you don't put guys the Brooklyn Nets to sleep early, it's going to be a long game, and we saw that in the playoffs with these two. So I really think that you're going to see Kevin Durant and Giannis defend each other. I do. I think if they take away Kevin Durant's threat, get into the basket, shooting, take away the three, I think the Bucks will win this game. So I'm looking on the lines. I'm going to say 101 Milwaukee Bucks, Brooklyn Nets 98.
Guaranteed.
The Warriors versus the Los Angeles Lakers. Last time we saw these two teams, ladies and gentlemen, they were fighting for that last wild card spot. So obviously, we know what the Los Angeles Lakers did. They went out and made some moves. They went out and got Russell Westbrook, Melo, Trevor Ariza. And you guys know the rest. Kent Bazemore. Same thing with the Golden State Warriors. I like the acquisitions of Otto Porter and names Beleja. That's how you say his name. And then obviously too. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the rookie they draft. I get his name. His name escapes me. Hold on, I can't think of his name. The guard, Jonathan. I think that's his name. Hold on, I'm sorry. His name really escapes me. Jonathan Kuminga. That's who it is. So I think he's definitely going to be a good fit for Golden State. So I'm really curious to see how he looks in the game tonight. They don't have Klay Thompson, who I think will be back hopefully by the new year, February, crossing fingers. So it'd be really interesting to see. Also, to Andre Iguodala's back. So I know in the survey, I think they had like Golden State like a 7% chance of winning. I think when healthy, this team is legit a contender. And I think when they get Klay Thompson back, I think they're even more dangerous. I know Steph Curry had a good preseason. He averaged 24.5 points per game in the preseason. Again, like, let's not take away anything what Golden State's done. The Lakers, they really didn't have a really great preseason. We all know that it doesn't really matter, but Russell Westbrook, from what I've seen, he still needs to adjust and learn, and he'll pick up on that for sure. The only thing I think we're all looking at is the age and attrition of their roster. You know, the average age, I think, is over 30, and only 5 of the 14 are in their 20s. That's Anthony Davis, who turns 29, I think. Yeah, 29. So that's key. We're going to look at that for sure. I mean, and we'll get into that. Hopefully, my 3 guests, we're trying to figure out the best time to all be on StreamYard to give our picks and break down why who's going to make the playoffs and who's not. But for the game, I'll say for the game for sure. You know, the Golden State doesn't have Klay Thompson and James Wiseman. I forgot about James Wiseman. And I think with both teams, it's going to take a minute. It was good. Good to see you. It's definitely going to take a minute for the chemistry to get going. I don't know what that lineup could look like for Los Angeles. He'll probably have Westbrook, Bazemore, LeBron, AD, and then DeAndre Jordan, and then Golden State will probably have Steph, Jordan Poole, Iggy, Draymond, and I think Kevon Looney. That's who it is. That's probably who they're going to have as their center. But I'm going to say the Golden State Warriors. I'm going to look along the lines of 95-84.
Guaranteed.
So that's going to be it for the intro of season 1, season 4 of the podcast. Please give the video a thumbs up. Comment down below who do you think is going to win the game tonight. Who are you looking forward to seeing the most? I can't wait to see the Inside the NBA. Shout out to Ernie Johnson, Shaq, Chuck, Kenny. We get to see them back. I can't wait. We all know how Shaq and Chuck are going to be. And we're also kind of serious to get there. I know they're going to talk about some things, especially in the off season. So I can't wait. I can't wait for a great 2 games of basketball, ladies and gentlemen. But with that being said, I'm out. Peace. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. I'll see you tonight. Stay up.
First of all, listen, it's interesting about all these young guys today. They never call on us and say, hey, thanks for the kind word and telling me how great a player I am. But when they play like crap and we call them out, we don't know what we're talking about. Listen, I'm easy to find, but I get sick of these guys complaining. These young guys, they never call us and say, when a coach is wrong, I'm going to call him out. But when players are wrong, I'm going to call them out. But listen, I'm going to criticize guys that they deserve it. And listen, they can kiss my ass if they don't like it.